Since then, we had that visit, and works have already commenced on the construction of the embankment from number 66 to Kanji. So that area, besides what infrastructure the RPA president spoke about, last week we commissioned that pump at Adventure, and we are now doing a new one in Blackbush Boulder for the Frontlands too, because that pump station that is being done there, we had to terminate that contract from the previous contractor, and it was re-awarded to another contractor. So I'm hoping within a year, we'll have that pump into operation and we'll boost the system there. But also you here in the 5274, the problems that you have been encountering, the flooding, we will see tremendous relief from that problem with the construction of the hope-like structure that we talk about. Now, shortly, you'll see the construction of the high-level canal commence. The contract have been awarded for both the numbers 52-51 area and the Lancaster-Manchester area. So the two high-level canals that we spoke about, we'll see the commencement because the contract have been awarded already, the contract have been signed, and the contractors will start the excavation of those areas shortly. Now when that structure come into being, your area here will be helped tremendously, because what we'll have, as I explained the last time, I had the technical people explain it to you, what we'll have will prevent the backland water from coming into the cultivation area and the housing area. So the stress that are placed on the housing area drainage and the cultivation area, that will ease. We'll have direct drainage from the backlands right on to the Atlantic. Now you know for a fact that during the dry season also, we have to supply water through the Maranelisi pump station to this cultivation area. Now, the Hope Lake Canal will act as a dual purpose too, because we'll have it as a reservoir, which will be closer to your cultivation, where we can have water pumped directly into the irrigation canals within this network. So that we'll have better irrigation and we'll have better drainage. So when we have, and I'm hoping, before the end of next year, we can have all these structures in place. You know for a fact that when we build the high-level canal, it will be built by an 8-gate sluice outside of numbers 52. Like just like what we have at the Hope area, and the one at Lancaster, Manchester. So the entire system from this area right on to the Kanji Creek will put flood embankment and drainage system in place. And that will cost us a lot of money, and that is the investment that we are making. But besides those mega investments, I want to say over the last 4 years, we have made large budgetary allocation, and that is why we have been working directly with you, the farmers. You know for a fact that and those are history now, the floods that we suffer, all those losses, farmers would have lost. We try as much as possible to work with you to ensure that you go back to the land, we make things available to you, inputs, seed paddy, chemical, fertilizers. For the last 2 years, we have been giving fertilizers to farmers because we know the costs because of the global issues, things like the Ukraine-Russian war, the pandemic, the effect of the pandemic that ended shortly. So all those problems compounded cause the input for agriculture to increase. That is why as a government we recognize that. And we as a government want the farmers to get as much money as possible. That is why we took out the VAT and all the agriculture inputs. We trying to make fertilizer available to farmers. Sometimes you might not get all your fertilizer, but you're getting part of it. We're trying to see farmers who suffer losses or who didn't sow, make seed paddy available. Only last week I commissioned another seed paddy facility in Leslie Holden. That facility now will supply the entire Blackbush polder, all the land in Blackbush polder, that facility will supply. And you will have ease and you will have your supply from the number 56 area. That is the kind of investment we are making. Now with the paddy bug issue, I know for a fact that you have had issues with the paddy bug the last crop. We have put mechanism in place. I've instructed GRDB to make the chemical available, also to help reimburse the laborer who are spraying this thing. And because of that, because of our intervention, because of our spraying with the dams and the mares, we are seeing now the reduction of paddy bugs. I am hoping that this crop will not have the effect that we had the last crop, so that we can have better yield. We can have better yield because it's important that we up production. And when you look around the world today, you are seeing the increase for grain. The demands for grain is more because places like India reduce their export on the world market. And you are seeing more and more people are demanding. The price for paddy, I made that available last 2 weeks. I was in the National Assembly because we gave the GRDB for the first time. For the first time, we gave GRDB almost $1 billion, $834 million. Why? Because you all remember when prices was low. Some people used to receive as low as $2,500 a bag. We had a meeting with the millers. First of all, they said that they want us to reduce the commission. The president removed reduced the commission by 25% in 2022. The first time, in 2021, the last crop in 2021. Then the farmers, especially the farmers in Essequibo, who was getting very low prices for the paddy. We met with them, we met around the country, and they said that they want us to negotiate with the rice millers so that they can at least get a guaranteed price for the paddy. We called in all the millers, we met with the Guyana Rice Millers Association, and we had a meeting, the president, the vice president, myself, we met with them and we asked them that, look, we need a guaranteed price for the farmers. They said they can do it, but we have to abolish the commission. We agree and we abolish the commission. So for that period, we didn't take a cent commission from the rice millers. So they put back that money to pay the farmers their price. And because of that, GRDB was unable to collect any commission, and the government has to subsidize GRDB for the first time. And you all must listen. Now, I am not repeating, but you all must listen to the question that they asked me in Parliament, why we have to subsidize rice. And people who grew up in rice, growing area, people like Ramchitan from Fartiet, he was asking why we giving rice farmers money again, like we giving sugar workers. So these are the things we have to be very careful with. And I'm here this morning to listen to you. All the dams, as Ramrit said, all the dams in Region 6 and around the country, across the country, the NDIA now is making funds available. I think $10.6 million been allocated, but besides that, for this area, we have 2 machines here. I think that we started some canal at number 69, the number 67 sideline. I don't know if I'm accurate, but I understand the farmers request that we should not start that as yet. So I don't know which one now you all want us to do, but we'll commence the 10 canals that you all submitted for us to rehab. You all tell us where you want us to commence that. But the one at 69 will conclude shortly, and then we'll go to another one. So we'll do 2 simultaneously so that we can finish those 10 canals immediately. Castro raised with me some issue with the co-op wire. I told him I will make the wire available. We have the wire now because the contractor damaged the wire. If we could get the posts reinstalled, I asked GLDA to provide the wire, and the farmers had to help put back the wire with us. We will work with you all to get back that wire, because I know for a fact that cattle normally destroy your crop. So we will put back that wire there. I will make the wire available. And remember, this is an issue, ongoing issue in this area. When I came here earlier, we had to make almost how much money that we available to do the $14 million. Now the contractor went damage the wire in that area. We have to make money available again. I purchased the wire. Now we'll deliver the wire to the co-op, and we'll work along with them to reinstate back that area. So generally, comrades, we will continue to give you the kind of support. The cash crop farmers, I want to tell you that all the planting materials that you need, NARI will make it free of cost to you and available to you so that you can get any planting material, but we have to decide what you will plant. You can't plant everything under the sun in small thing. We have to decide what you want to plant, how we'll find market for you. For example, in Region 3. In Region 3, you have a dominance now of cassava. We are purchasing the cassava and sending it into the interior. The farmers there now have increased the yield from the cassava from 18 tons per hectare to 30 tons because of the high yielding variety that we have. By next year, we will bring out a new variety of rice. We have a bio-fortified variety that we have launched with ICA. I think you all should take advantage and plant that because zinc is being grown in that rice. That will be a very lucrative variety. That will be, you can get preferential price for those paddy. You have to think outside the box. We can't continue to do the same thing over and over. Let us change the way we do things. Let us make agriculture more modern. Let us make it more resilient. And we can work together to form that partnership. So this morning we'll be given 8 groups. 8 groups, a number of inputs. We'll give 139 spray cans to the group. We'll give 8 2-inch pumps, 8 pieces of small tools. We'll give 8 tillers to the group, so at least farmers can have better equipment. Also, what I asked NARI to do, NARI will do a survey in the area to find out what kind of crops we can work with the farmers to grow here, and we will work along with you. You know, this year we have started the construction of a food hub on the Linden-Soosdijk Highway. $14 million will be spending. You, the farmers, will have to supply that because we have the ferry service from Trinidad, Barbados, and Guyana will start very shortly. When the ferry comes to Guyana, we have to get produce and send it back here. We are working with the Caribbean now to remove all the non-tariff barriers so that we can have our export to the Caribbean. Right now, as I'm speaking here, I want to inform you all, inform the RPA president. Countries that we have contract with, sometimes the rice mill not supply them with the rice, they give other countries. Like Trinidad is paying a little more money. So the rice going to Trinidad rather than go to St. Vincent. Things like that. So we have to continue to work, not only with the farmers, but you see, as a government, we have a responsibility. And the responsibility that we have to ensure that everybody that we make the input, we make the allocation equally accessible to everybody in this country. At the same time, whilst we are doing that, whilst we are developing our sector, the entire Caribbean is looking to Guyana for that leadership now, because CARICOM recognizes the role of Guyana. And if we have to reduce the food import bill by 25% by next year, then you have the important role to play. If we have to increase rice production by next year, by 2025 to 750 to 775,000 tons, then we have to ensure that we make the necessary intervention with you, the farmers. So all those things are in the line. Rest assured, we'll continue to give you help. We'll repair the dams, we'll do the canals, we'll make the input available to you all, and we'll work with you to develop the agriculture sector in this entire area and broadly the entire region and the country. So I will pause here, Chairman, and ask if there is any question, let's address it. Because we have some other meetings across the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister.